Back into racing and our coverage from the Imperial Tour at Nelspruit Casterbridge Enduro. Eyes from the sky, once again brought to you by Seasons in Africa. Out of the terrain, everyone was learning what the game was going to be today, certainly for the first half of the loop. It was going to be tight, it was going to be treacherous, and it was going to be a very different story to the previous round at the Wildside Extreme Enduro, where traction was a rare commodity because of the mud. Traction being a rare commodity this time because of a lot of grass on the track, and riders really working hard when they got to the high peaks to try and figure out how to find their way through. Paul Geddes starting to come good as well. Paul, we used to call him Silver back in the day, and he really has become a rock warrior and a guy to watch out for in the senior class. Looking for a top 10 finish and hopefully a top 5 in the gate as well. The rest of the riders having real problems on the steeper sections of the terrain to try and find traction and trying to find that immaculate way forward. Franz Sepik trying to figure things out as the rest of the riders try and pick themselves up from the pieces left on the track. We chat to Erhard Bierkus to tell us about what's happening on the terrain.
So far it's going alright. A little bit tired, haven't been practicing enough, but hopefully I can get up this stuff.
And he's a classy rider as well. He's won a couple of extreme enduros as well as endurocross. But like you say, there's nothing that beats seat time. Ryan Peltzer knows exactly how to get the job done, and he'll be the guy to watch out for as he leads in the high school category. What goes up must go down. That's what we love. But very, very tight. And that's what we saw in the early stages. The riders would have been wondering when on earth they were going to get to the big open climbs. We go back on board with race leader riding on the Ambassador Foods KTM, Boren Erasmus, as he pops out into a bit of sunlight.
Mark, you take slow.
Our Marsh is doing a great job. Don't believe the hype. Erasmus just wants the big hurry up because he's in the lead and he doesn't know who's going to be coming to chase him down. Remember, by this stage, Dueno Kleinams had almost found his way back onto the track. So you know when Dueno's angry, he's going to push super hard. Out onto the loop though, the rest of the riders were trying to figure things out. The Fatties and Monies riders coming to one of the cross stops. That's Jeff Pedersen.
Right, how's it going?
And a nice big high five to our marshals. And thanks to our marshals out there braving the heat and the bush. All the riders giving them a nice big how's it before they go back off and attack. A completely different look and feel this time around for the Imperial Tour at Casterbridge Enduro. And race officials tried to find some new terrain, and it shows as well. A lot of bushwhacking to try and figure out how to find your way forward. Ankles Delaray Hay looking for a result in the high schools as he hops his way through some tight rocks. Kirky, haven't seen too much of him. He'll be still trying to figure out if he can beat out on Harlocker this time around. We look a little bit further back in the pack. We pick up on Dueno. He's found his way back into the mix, just in front of Otto Harlocker, which would probably put him just outside of a top 30 by this stage. If Ryan Sequeira, who we see in shot now, looks like he's running around about a second or third place in the high schools, if he can tag onto the back wheel of Dueno, that is a real good place to be. And just look how tight the terrain was up there on the copies. It took them 6 weeks to mark this track, and a great result for them as well. Good feedback from all the riders. Janelle de Villiers, completely different terrain for him as he opened to wide open Dust Bowl rock racing down in Cape Town. As our race leader comes in, Boren Erasmus. Be a nice splash and dash for Boren. Don't know if we'll be able to catch up with him. He looks like he's got his eyes on the prize today. He'll just want to get some fuel into the bike, into the body, and still run clear air out front. He'll get some feedback, no doubt, from the pit crew about what's been happening behind him. It'll be Maurits Mering doing the chase down behind him. And then the likes of Bryce Van Heerden, Lawrence Mahoney, and we'll have to see how close it's going to be for the king of the Lowvelds, Dueno, to get the job done. Boren's a hands-on man as well. It's not just factory pro. He does a bit of spinning spanners himself as well. If you want something done right, do it yourself. Let's catch up with Moritz as he comes tearing into the pits.
Yeah, all good. Going out on the last lap now, so we'll try and push it back in second place. Or Boren is a bit far ahead, so we'll see how it goes.
Moritz looks like he's settling for a number 2 spot, but that's a very classy ride for the Bandit Signs KTM Fox rider. Rob Garvey in 5th.
Very nice, really awesome track. Just keep get going. Last lap, finish it. Yeah, see how it goes. Cheers. Thanks, guys.
Okay.
From another happy chappy, we catch up with Lawrence Mahoney, now running 3rd.
Yeah, it's tough, eh? But awesome, man. I'm loving it. So good to be back in the Lowveld. World-class route. Awesome. And big up to the organizers. I'm so tired, but I'm having so much fun. It's awesome. Thanks, hey.
Never shows though, does it? He is a fit guy, super fit, different kind of fitness though. And Enduro hinting at the fact that he wants another crack at roof at the end of the season.
I'm struggling with the bike overheating the whole time. So I took a big shot to the radiator about halfway in the route.
Cramping everywhere, and the loop is very nice, very, very nice. Well set out. Just hot today, very hot.
Always nice to catch up with everyone down in the pits. And more feedback coming at you.
Yeah, it was nice. The first 20 Ks was a bit grueling. And then after that it opened up a bit. And yeah, we just brought it back home. It was nice. Very well marked.
Down in the pits, we caught up with a brand new sponsor on board, Maxxis Tyres, and Bianca Vogel tells us a story.
We recently launched our CST range in South Africa, which is a subdivision of Maxxis Tyres, and it is a very good group to get involved with. It's a very well organised event. It's a pleasure working with the group of organisers as well, and the turnout was great as well, so we're very pleased.
As the riders head out onto their final racing lap, we'll be heading out to an ad break, and we'll be back afterwards to bring you all the final lap racing action.